What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to week 3 of my intermittent fasting series, where I talk about my experience, any advice I have to give, and report on my physical and mental well-being while I'm doing this intermittent fasting experiment on my body. So to start things off for this week, I want to talk about my physical aspect and what has been going on with my body so far. The good news is that in general, I have not lost any strength, meaning that when I go to the gym, the things that I can normally lift, the reps, the max that I can normally do, I've still been able to reach them. And that's one of the problems that people say they have when they do intermittent fasting. And I'm sure maybe in the future, next week, I might be losing some gains. I hope not. But in general, so far, I haven't lost anything, which I'm very happy for. One thing I want to talk about though is one time when I was doing Stairmaster, because I injured my finger, I didn't hit the weights. I did Stairmaster for 20 minutes on a hard difficulty setting, and because I didn't eat the whole day, because I always work out with an empty stomach, because of that I actually felt really empty and it didn't feel good. That was one thing that I noticed, and it felt like my body was really trying to get energy from my stomach, but I didn't have anything. So that was the only time when I felt discomfort. And obviously because I was super winded from doing the Stairmaster for that long. But overall, that's all I have for the physical aspect. Mentally, I would say I've been doing fine. No problem at all. I actually want to talk about one of the videos that I watched that talk about intermittent fasting and fasting in general, is that because of how you fast, once you do your eating window, you really treasure and value the food that you eat so much more. And as a result, you also feel a lot fuller, which means you end up eating less overall. And that's something I've definitely been seeing. I've been eating a lot less than what I normally would eat for a meal when I've been doing the intermittent fasting. So mentally, I've been okay. I barely even feel hungry anymore, which is really great. Unless if something bad happens where I can't control when I'm going to start eating yet. Say I'm eating, say I haven't eaten the whole day, and I was going to start eating at 8, but then because of something happened, it was around 9 or 10. Then, because I was anticipating myself to eat at 8, I end up feeling a bit hungry. But as long as I follow the schedule, it's good. And obviously my social life has also been unaffected for the most part. One last thing I want to talk about, one last experience I want to talk about, is how you really need to plan your meals and plan the time that you're going to eat. For sure, if you want this to be prolonged and you want it to be a lasting lifestyle change, it's really hard to keep it strict at 8 or whatever. I've been trying to keep it at a 4-hour window eating period, and I've been trying to keep it after 6. That's my own goal. Sometimes I might start at 6 and finish at 10 or 11. Sometimes I might start at 10 and I'll finish it at 2 a.m. in the morning. But overall, you want to try to keep that kind of consistency. That's one thing that you want to do, because you don't want to end up being so strict where, oh, I already ate at 7, which means that I've broken my intermittent fasting streak. But in reality, because of how life is, it's really hard to dictate that kind of strictness on your meal plan and on your planning. So make sure you plan ahead. Because one experience that I had is that normally I was supposed to eat out at 8. Afterwards I come on around 10 or 11, I'm going to eat again. But because I didn't plan for the fact that we were going to go out after, I ended up coming home at around 2 and 3. And then as a result, I had to extend my eating window. So that's one thing that I want to recommend, is that you really want to plan ahead to make sure that, you know when you're going to eat, you know what you're going to eat, you know when you're going to get home to be able to eat your second meal, or if you really have to, you can pack something along to eat with you. But overall, that's all I want to talk about for this week. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave your comments, suggestions, questions below if you need any advice. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!